Alright y'all, so I have it set up, right? And this is most crucial that you do this, right? And even with this said, you want to have the setup of this thing here correct. Hello ladies and gentlemen. So today I will be tackling this particular open diff to transfer this bearing and this speed gear ring. And this is the one I did before, and this was definitely a trial and error. You can see I took off both bearings and the speed gear ring, made my mistakes. One of the bearings came out good. The other one, which goes into the speed gear ring, I did it wrong, so I'm correcting my mistake, and I had to make the mistake. I had a spare diff, open diff, so I was okay with practicing on my own. So one of the things I did wrong, let me show you over here. One of the things I did wrong was I was trying to get this bearing off by skipping the step of taking off this speed gearing. So I'm going to show you the best way that I've learned how to do it using a Pittsburg bearing separator and puller set, right? So I had to go to Home Depot and get some longer bolts, and I just have some washers, and I'll be using this bigger puller, and I'm going to use this in its normal state to pull the gearing off first, right? And I'm going to use these long bolts in place of here, because this gearing is going to need to be opening up real wide. And I'll use one of the adapters to add on to it. But the biggest issue I was having was the threading in here and stuff. So I think I've worked out all of my issues and kinks and stuff. So hopefully this can help somebody out. And this is item number and serial number for this particular Harbor Freight Pittsburgh tool set. So I'm going to get it together. I'm going to replace these bolts with these longer bolts, and then I'm going to get it locked into here and show you how easy it was if I would have done it the proper way. So real quick, just to give you an idea of the bolts that I got, they're about 8.5 inches long. See here. Yeah, about 8.5 inches long, because I'm gonna need this thing to open up real wide on here to fit around this gearing and start the pulling on that first. Alright, so first things first, I want to get this piece here. It's just lightly mounted around the gearing and locked in. It just really needs to lock in on there, on the gearing. Matter of fact, if you rotate it and get it inside of here, that'd be great. So don't go from here. Try to get it in through the I would say the soft side, and you just want to get enough of the edge of the gearing itself, right? To you just need to get enough of it. So I'm gonna lock it in, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. So you see I have it on there, right? But if you look, it's just enough where I can't pull it up. I can't pull it off, right? But it's still loose, right? Because you want for the puller to catch only on the gearing and not the inside piece here. So as you can see, it just catches on the edge of it. Alright, y'all, so I have it set up, right? And this is most crucial that you do this, right? And even with this said, you want to have the setup of this thing here correct, because this is going to determine how it gets pulled up and if you're going to be able to get any more uses out of this tool. So here I have a 30 millimeter. This, I'm not, this might not be a perfect size, but this is the one that works for me. And in the middle I have just a regular wheel stud to sit this on. This is what's going to create the tension. And all I'm going to do is put this in here. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop this in here like so. Put this in here because I'm not sure why they didn't provide something to push against inside of here, because if you're doing a bearing, it's going to be a little bit crazy. But I don't want to skip anything. I want to show y'all exactly how I done it. So with the neck loose, pull up on that. You want to make sure this bearing is this let me show you over here on this. This is the old one here. You want to make sure that this is centered. It's sitting right here, not to the left, not to the right, not on the bearings. You want to make sure it's centered, especially when you're doing the bearing. But right now I'm just doing the ring gear, so it doesn't have to be as perfect, but you want to make sure you have this in here, because if not, this piece is going to go through here and it's going to completely destroy your thread. Ask me how I know. So let me get this how it is set up, and you can see I'm running 2 extensions out of here. I'm running the one furthest over here and the one furthest over here, and I left the 2 small ones for this, and I left out these bolts that go through here, and one of them is bent a little bit, but that's fine. I can always replace that. So let me get it set up. Alright, so now that I got it locked in, not perfect actually. Make some small adjustments. Make sure this thing here is sitting right on the edge of here. Right. Pull up on it a couple times. Tighten it in some more. Now come back once I get it set. Alright, so now I got it set comfortably. Still going to keep an eye on it. Put my 17 on here. I would recommend, if you do not feel comfortable using an impact gun like I'm using, then to do it with your hand. That way you can get a feel of things. So I'm going to try to keep this. Keep an eye on it as it's coming up. Just like that. You have yourself a ring gear. Definitely a lot of people have skipped this step, on YouTube, I couldn't find anything specifically on how to remove the ring gear. So in the next video, I'll be showing you guys how to remove this bearing. It's a little bit more of a customizing process, but yeah, you just unscrew it. It nicked right here a little bit, right? But I'm fine with that. And it nicked right here a little bit, so that's something I can live with. That's definitely something that I can live with, you know. The tool hasn't been damaged, and I found the perfect setup, and it's definitely a much easier process. Like I said, all I did was I used one extension to tie into here, the other extension here, and yeah, that's how you get the ring gear off. I won't say easy breezy because it took me messing up the last one to get this one done, but at least this one is not all chipped up like the other one, and it's not like the tooth are not damaged on there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. One love. Stay up, stay blessed, stay strong.